Good afternoon, guys. My name is Samantha Cart, and today I was talking about the contributor. How many of you guys have seen a person on the side of the road that may or may not be homeless selling a newspaper? How many of you guys have actually bought one? That's good. That's a good thing. So surprisingly enough, the Contributor is one of the largest street newspapers in the world. So you may ask, what is the Contributor? The Contributor is a nonprofit social enterprise publishing a weekly street newspaper sold by people experiencing homelessness and poverty. So today, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of the newspaper. There's a lot more pros than cons, but we'll talk about that later. So according to the Contributor website, new vendors have to go through an interview process, training, and receive 15 free newspapers to start out their career with the newspaper company. So this is definitely a plus. It teaches them a work ethic and just to get them back on their feet. So in the December 2014 issue, I read an interview with a vendor named Chris, and he said his personal experience with the Contributor has been wonderful. It's helped him a lot with getting his feet back on the ground and find out where his next meal is going to be, and he's actually not homeless anymore. But he said he had to attend a 2.5-hour training meeting. He had to meet a sales quota for the first month, and he had to have a second 1.5-hour training before graduation. So they actually have a graduation ceremony for these guys, which shows that they actually care about their vendors and how successful they'll be in the program. Another strong plus in the Contributor is money-wise. So these guys go out and buy these newspapers at the Contributor headquarters for 75 cents a piece. Then they can go sell them on anywhere in Middle Tennessee for $2. And so they get to keep all of the profit from the newspapers and any tips or donations that they receive. So they just have to pay for the 75-cent newspaper in the beginning. It also states on the same website that 50% of the vendors start out homeless and report getting into housing after 3 months of selling the newspaper. And that's a really big percentage of people. So I think that's wonderful. One of the bad sides, there's only a couple, but one of the bad sides of the Contributor is some people take advantage of the program. So they could be not homeless, not in poverty, and then probably pretty good standing wealth-wise, and go and sell these newspapers and take advantage of it. Personally, I've seen a man selling a newspaper in Green Hills, and then jump in his Cadillac and then drive home. And he probably doesn't need to sell the newspaper, but he thinks it's an easy way to get fast money when other people that are homeless and actual poverty need this opportunity. So he's taking away from the program. Another con would be that there might be too many vendors, and this can grow over the years go by, but so too many vendors would make it too hard for everyone like me and you to choose which vendor they want to buy from or which corner they want to buy from, because there's so many, and then you buy one from this one, you look over and this person looks sad and you feel bad. Another reason this could be bad is the vendors will fight over where they want to sell their papers that day. They could travel and go far, but that's a long bus ride, and they're going to have to pay for the bus ride, and then they have to travel all the way back to wherever they live or reside for the night. So I like buying and reading the Contributor because they have really good interviews and really good articles and comics, and they have hoboscopes, which are horoscopes by hobos, which are really good and sometimes really funny. And just buying the Contributor helps out these people figure out what they're going to be doing the next day, what they're going to be eating, where they're going to be living, and helping them get back on their feet. So if you ever have a chance to actually buy a Contributor, it would help out a lot. These guys really appreciate you buying their newspapers, and so I hope this was informative. Thank you for coming to listen to my speech. I really appreciate it, and thanks to you guys for watching. So yeah.